All right, God bless you guys. Just over here on top of a roof. I don't know if you guys can check it out. Can see behind me, it's a big old chimney towards the end. You can see it right there. But right here, you got the other one. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you have these screens here. Let me see if I could. There it is. They're right there and all throughout. However, these are okay, but there's a problem. You know, the person that installed these here, as you can see, there's one more right there. They had to get repaired. This one right there. And by the way, I got my chimney cleaning hat on. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get you guys to see is that, okay, during the winter, what ends up happening is that birds, okay, they end up seeing that, okay, this is a nice place to go and kick back at. It has a roof, you know, and, you know, it's warm, you know, and I can go ahead and kick back right there and enjoy the heat. And, you know, but the problem is that that's carbon monoxide. That's an exhaust to an actual furnace. And they messed around and put the wrong screen on. Now, this is really dangerous because what ends up happening is that when you mess around and put the wrong screen on, it gets covered with soot. Now, watch this. That soot ends up taking, it ends up covering the screen, and especially if it's a real fine screen like this one. And it's just somewhat like a mosquito net almost. You know, it's not for, you know, to prevent exhaust from escaping. It actually, once it's clogged, the exhaust system begins to push the carbon monoxide through the vents of the unit. And guess what? We end up having dead people. So that's not what we want. So, especially if they don't know Jesus. So we had to replace this thing in order to, now watch this. Now it has a different situation kicking off right there. But I guess the reason why they put screens is they don't want birds to end up, like I said, falling into there, you know, thinking, oh, this is a nice warm place. But I guess my point that I'm trying to make is this, guys. You know, how is how are you doing? How is your screen system? You know, because if you have a dirty screen in your heart, you know, then guess what's going to end up happening? Everything that's going to come out of there, everything that's going to seep up out of there, if it's clogged up, if it's clogged up with, for in this case, it's carbon monoxide. But what if you have a lot of hatred or anger or anything like that? You know, these things are going to end up coming out somewhere or another, and it's going to end up coming out in a destructive manner. You know, keep your screen of your heart clean. You know, and we do that with the precious word of God. You know, and there's no other way around it. You know, we need maintenance. No different than a chimney. Our heart has an exhaust system. You know, and whatever we keep in there, whether it's something that we shouldn't, for example, like an extreme dislike for somebody or a judgmental or critical attitude, any of those things, trust me on this one, that's not going to help nobody. So the point is this. If you really have an issue with somebody, the best thing to know is just to let it out. Bring it to that person. Tell them, hey, you know, I have an issue with this situation. Let's go ahead and talk about it. God does not want you. Trust me on this one. He does not want you to be walking around with resentment, holding things in. And because honestly, the truth that matters is that it's going to end up coming out one way or the other, you know. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stay, you know, all jacked up and clogged up, full of soot and dirt inside of yourself? Or are you just going to let it go, release it? You know, you got to get that screen checked out, bro. And the best one that I suggest is called forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is not like one of these temporary fixes. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I don't know if you can see, I had to cut a hole and make some kind of surgery going on up in there, or else, it's just going to be a bad situation. But forgiveness is not like this temporary screen. It is actually something that enables you to completely let it go. It's not that hard. Just trust God that he's going to be the one to eventually take care of the situation. Okay, I get it. This is not probably the most conventional way to try to explain forgiveness. But see, forgiveness is not it's not usually for the other person. You would think it is, you know, because you're thinking you're doing them a favor. But the truth is that it is for you. You're the one that is going to be set free. You're the one that's going to release that stuff that is already clogging up every part of your spiritual life and keeps you stuck in a place where it just keeps you dirty. And God can't use a dirty vessel. Let's think about that for a minute. He can't use something that is filthy, that is dirty, that is not being used to its fullest potential. First of all, if I have a cup of milk and I'll go ahead and bring it to you, but when you are about to take a drink, you notice that there's a fly in it. Tell me the truth. Are you going to go ahead and drink that? No, you're not. But what am I trying to say? I'm trying to tell you this one simple principle. The principle is this. Look, yes, it's a small little thing. Yes, it's a small little thing. Yes, it is. But guess what? But that small little thing could cause big problems later. Think about it. If you're not willing to take a cup of milk with a fly in it, what makes you think that God is going to use a person that has a filthy, dirty heart, that doesn't want to let go of things, that holds it in and ends up causing bad problems down there later on, if you know what I'm saying? It causes death. That's all it does. Unforgiveness causes death. Let it go. Get your screen checked. And guess what? If you know of anybody that is going through problems with unforgiveness, then the best thing you can do is pray for them. They need your prayers. God bless you guys.